Hello! Hope you're having a great day. It's the second week of Season of the Splicer. We've got a new 6-man match-made activity called Override to crush, some fantastic new seasonal weapons to collect, and even our own personal Techno-Fallen Infinity Gauntlet to upgrade. If you're curious about how these new seasonal offerings work, or how you can start farming for a God Roll Ignition code, then you've come to the right place. In this video, I want to answer 4 questions. How do I upgrade the Splicer Gauntlet? What is the best order to upgrade the Splicer Gauntlet? What do I do after getting all these upgrades? And lastly, how do I farm for a specific piece of loot from Season of the Splicer? First off, in order to upgrade the Splicer Gauntlet, you need to run the new Override activity and unlock the Conflicts chest that appears after defeating the final boss. To unlock the Conflicts chest, you need to earn Ether from playlist activities, so Strikes, Crucible, or Gambit, and convert that Ether into a key. Each key costs 50 Ether and can open 1 Conflicts chest. The important takeaway is 1 key equals 1 Override run. After each Override run and opening the Conflicts chest, you will earn decrypted data, which you can see here below. This can also be used to purchase upgrades from the Mithrax servitor located in the helm. So you're going to see that's where we are right now. I'm going to pull up my map, and we're located right here in the helm, and the helm is located right above the tower in your overworld map. Sometimes, also during the boss encounter of an Override run, a special Dex enemy will spawn and drop additional decrypted data upon defeat. They'll be marked so you can see them, and it's not every time, so keep an eye out. Now be careful though, because this decrypted data currency can also be used to focus Umbral engrams, so make sure you prioritize getting these Splicer Gauntlet upgrades first over focusing the Umbrals. Now that you know how to get decrypted data, i.e. Override runs, you might be wondering, what's the best way to spend it? The first upgrades you should unlock are Override Efficiency 1, 2, and 3. I didn't do this, and I really wish I did. It doesn't mention it in the game, but this will increase the amount of decrypted data you get from opening the Conflicts chest at the end of each Override run. The more decrypted data you get, the faster you'll be able to purchase more upgrades, so prioritize these efficiency upgrades first. After efficiency, it's worth upgrading memory expansion so you can store more Ether for a future farming session. Especially when you do the focus play activity, you can cap on Ether very quickly. Now that your cap is increased, it is worth investing in the upgrade that increases the rate at which your Ether is earned. This is going to be the Ether filter. The combination of capacity and increased Ether gains are really going to set you up for some good farming sessions this season. Lastly, I would go for the quality of life upgrades for Override that spawn additional platforms, make the lasers do less damage, and give increased ammo from the refill stations. Code Strider makes navigating the platform sections much easier. Even 1 upgrade into the lasers can prevent them from killing you immediately upon contact, and the increased ammo is good for working on any unfinished catalysts, especially for heavy weapons like Deathbringer this season that can be very dependent on ammo drops to complete. I know that's what I did, and it helped a lot. After purchasing all these upgrades from the Splicer Gauntlet, you might be wondering, what is the best use for all that excess decrypted data you'll be collecting? Now is the time to sink that data into focusing Umbrals. So I'm going to head over to the Prismatic Recaster and show you guys where that is. It's also located in the helm in the main station where you load in. It's going to be right here. And then you're going to select the top one for Season of the Splicer options. And here's going to be all of the different Umbral engram focusing options that you have. A little bit of a tongue twister. Tier 1 focusing can give you any of the new seasonal weapons or armor, but Tier 2 focusing can really help if you're hunting for a specific weapon like Ignition Gauntlet. Here's the Spicer Regalia, Splicer Armory, and Future War Cult Armory. There's other options over here, but if you want any new seasonal weapon, this is going to be your best shot for only 25 decrypted data. But if you're willing to spend 75 decrypted data, you can narrow that down to a 50% chance of getting the item that you're hunting for. As the season progresses, Umbrals will become the best way to get new seasonal weapons. And thanks to the override efficiency upgrade we got in the beginning, the new override activity will also be one of the best sources for Umbrals, because that efficiency is going to help you get more Umbrals. So now that we know how to get decrypted data, i.e. override runs, upgrade the Splicer Gauntlet, and that focusing Umbrals will be the best way to target a specific piece of loot, how do we get the gobbles? Say it's Tuesday night and you've got some time to play Destiny and want to farm for a Godroll ignition code. What's the best way to do that? What I'm going to do is first log on and check the quest tab to see how much ether or keys I have stored. Before this recording, I had 200 ether and I converted them all into the codes. We talked about it before, but each key code is going to basically equate to opening one chest at the end of an override run. So one key code equals one override run. After I log on and see how much I have, let's say I didn't have any ether and I didn't have any keys. I would then look at the bottom of this little tooltip and it says bonus ether can be obtained by completing Crucible matches. Every day that's going to be a different playlist activity. Tomorrow it might be Strikes or Gambit, but today it's Crucible. So I would hop into Crucible and I'd play a match or two. The bonus ether activity is going to give you dramatically more ether than any other activity. So if your main goal is farming the new seasonal weapons, I recommend sticking with whatever the playlist activity is. So now I've completed a Crucible match or two, and I've got some ether, and I turned it into my keys. With the keys, I'm going to go jump into an override activity, which can be accessed right here from the helm, and open the chest at the end for a chance at a drop of a new seasonal weapon or armor plus an umbral. Once I've used up all of my ether and keys, I'm going to head back to the helm and use a tier 2 focusing for all of my umbrals to make sure each one becomes a 50% chance at ignition Godroll. So that's going to be the main gameplay, at least as far as the information that we have right now. It's going to be the main gameplay loop of Season of the Splicer. Do the focus play activity, or whichever one you want, get your ether, turn them into keys, go do your override missions, collect your umbrals, and come back here and focus them into the specific items that you're looking for. So I hope this information helped. If you guys have any questions that weren't covered in this video, please leave a comment below. If this did help, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be putting out more Destiny content. I do a lot of Pokemon openings almost every day, and I hope to see you guys on the battlefield. Peace out, Guardians.